Welcome back everyone to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 80. If you happen to be new here, feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications just so you stay 100% updated on all hyped sneaker releases. Essentially, in this series, we go over sneakers that receive updates throughout the week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Off White, Jordans, Yeezys, and more. But with that short intro out of the way, why don't we jump right into the first update. Kicking it off with perhaps the most important update for today and the most urgent, and why most of you are likely here today, the Off White Converse is going to be restocking again. If you guys recall, about 3 months ago, I made a video regarding an upcoming Off White Converse restock. In that video, I mentioned that they would be restocking, and indeed that did occur. However, the release was an absolute show, to say the least. Converse site crashed so bad, a manual order was literally impossible. Well, now I am here to bring you the good news that the Off White Converse will be restocking yet again very soon. And if you happen to be watching this video after it already has taken place, I would implore you guys to please subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you don't miss out on urgent updates like this. Unlike the last release, Converse learned from their mistake and will now actually be dropping on sneakers rather than the Converse site. When I first received news of this, I was quite surprised and almost didn't believe it, but now Converse and Nike themselves have actually confirmed this by texting it out to those who did sign up for the SMS updates. You can expect the same sort of drop that we've been seeing on a lot of recent shock drops, nothing too fancy unfortunately. But the main point is that it's going to be on Nike sneakers, and because of this, you'll actually have a decent chance of copying in comparison to the terrible release that we saw on the Converse site before. Now, how will you know the time of the release? Simply just follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and personals for you, and I will tweet out when it does go live. That's all you guys need to know. Just be prepared for it because it is coming soon. As for profitability, I don't expect current prices to change too much, perhaps a very mild decline, so they should still remain very profitable with a great margin, full throttle without a doubt. If you need to make more accounts for Nike sneakers, remember, Nike does require SMS verification. You cannot use the same phone number twice, so you will have to ask a friend of yours to use their phone number and ask them for the verification code. However, if you rather not bother your friends or just want a significant amount of pre-verified Nike sneakers accounts, feel free to check out my site TARS. The link for that is in the description below for pre-verified Nike sneakers and Adidas accounts. But moving on to some additional Off-White updates, because we have more than just the Converse. We just got our first in-hand look at both of the Off-White Jordan 2s. These are going to be releasing on September 23rd. These two colorways include a white and red Chicago colorway and a blue and black colorway as well. It appears the aesthetic intentionally contains some vintage cracking in the midsole. Although I don't think these look very nice on feet, I do think it's a pretty nice concept for collectors who just want something to put in a glass case or maybe on a shelf. It's at least more creative than those 48 dunks that we recently spoke about. Anyway, although Jordan 2s definitely are not the most hype, you could still certainly expect these to be very profitable with a great margin when they do drop, without a doubt, full throttle obviously. Now, speaking of those 50 Off-White dunks from the 50 collection, we do have an update on those as well. They will be releasing over the course of multiple days starting August 9th and will mainly be through exclusive access. I actually made a full in-depth video regarding how this will work and what you need to do starting right now in order to obtain that exclusive access for these, so be sure to check that out when you do have some free time. With Off-White out of the way though, let's move on to some other Jordan updates. To start, the Jordan 1 Dark Marina will be dropping on January 15th for $170. Expect these to perform very similar to the Shadow 2.0, so essentially just around lunch money. Then we also got Jordan 4 Red Thunder. These will be dropping on October 2nd for $190. I'm only expecting around lunch money for these as well, primarily in sizes 10 and up. Then we also got a mock-up of the Jordan 5 Racer Blue. These will be dropping on February 12th for $190. I definitely don't have great expectations for these, unfortunately. At best, perhaps a little lunch money in large sizes if you have no tax in your state. Then also in February of 2022, specifically February 5th, we have the Jordan 4 Infrared releasing for $190. Similar to the prior Jordan 4 we just spoke about, I would expect easy launch money to be made on these, primarily in larger sizes. Moving on, we have another mock-up, this time for the Jordan 6 UNC. These will be dropping on March 5th for $200. I'm expecting all sizes to be at least lunch money for these, with the best being the larger sizes. Although Jordan 6s aren't the most hype, this UNC colorway does carry a significant amount of demand in itself. Then we have another mock-up for the Jordan 1 Brotherhood, specifically in a Laker colorway. These drop on February 26th for $170, and I must say I am extremely excited for these for personal. Expect these to also be very profitable with a good margin as well. Full throttle without a doubt for these. But moving on, we now have a date for the Travis Scott Fragment Jordan 1 Low collab. These should now be dropping on August 13th for $150. Expect them to be extremely profitable with an insane margin. Then we also have a potential date for the Travis Scott Jordan 1 High, and that is July 29th for $200. Just like the lows, expect them to be extremely profitable with an insane margin. With Jordans out of the way though, now let us move on to Yeezys. To start off, we got our first look at the Yeezy Knit Runner. Yes guys, we have come to this. And believe it or not, I genuinely do think that these are actually going to be very profitable with a very good margin as well when they do drop, assuming the retail is $100 or less. Moving on from those, this December we should be seeing another Yeezy 450 release, this time in the Resin colorway. Similar to the prior pairs, expect these to be very profitable with a great margin. Then in October, for $220, we will be getting the Yeezy 350 MX Oat. I'd expect these to be profitable in all sizes, but a poor margin for sizes 8 and up, and a good margin on sizes below 8. Then in December of this year, for $220, we will be getting the Yeezy 350 Beluga Reflective. This is absolutely huge, considering this was the first 350 V2 we've ever seen, and we've also never seen a restock for those at all. I'm definitely very excited for these for personal, but let me know what you guys think as well. But anyway, expect these to be very profitable with a great margin regardless, full throttle on every single size. With Yeezys out of the way though, let us move on to some miscellaneous sneakers. To start, we got our very first in-hand look at the SB Dunk Quarter Snack Zebra. These should be dropping in the next few months for $120 each and will be very profitable with a great margin as well. And finally for today, we also got an in-hand look at the upcoming Sakai LD Waffles, which will also be dropping sometime in late July or August for $160. Expect these to be very profitable with a great margin when they do end up releasing. But anyway, that will conclude it for today. Remember that the limited endurance restock will take place on July 2nd, Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CEST. Link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter. Also, I just posted up a giveaway, so be sure to enter that on my Twitter. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or perhaps if you learned a thing or two, subscribe to stay 100% updated on all these hyped releases and much more. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast, residential proxies and pre-verified Nike sneakers or Adidas accounts. Also, feel free to follow Gargantua's Twitter if you want to keep up with the progress or free beta key drops in the near future. And last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and Personals for You so you guys stay 100% updated on all the urgent info like I was referring to today. With that, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on these upcoming releases.